What's up guys, it is Exotic Time. Today we're going to talk about this guy called Actually Happen, like this YouTube channel, and 5 minute hacks, because I did one before, but a guy commented what about 5 minute hack. So I want to do a video about those as well. No! So I'm going to do a video about those right now. So yeah, I do gameplay now like this. So yeah. I'm gonna post, I should post some more reactions on it. So like, I have busy stuff to do with this channel and stuff. So yeah. So shall we go look at them? So like, first I saw this video, like, their mum and dad locked them in their basement for like 15 years with no food and stuff. Like, food. How can you do that? Like, how can you survive? And they said they need bread. So like, I think they can survive. Oh, what about water? Yeah, so let's see. So let's go to YouTube, and I think it's 5 minute craft first. So let's look at this. Okay, what's the point of that? Just please tell me, what's the point of that? What this was for crafts, okay? What the hell is the point of that? Wait. Okay. What was the point of that? Even what I knew is doing it. Let's do. Wow. So what's the point of that? Here's salt with mangoes. Or is it mangoes? Spinach fruit. Okay. What is that? Okay, and that's spinach fruit. Well, like this one's good, I'm sure. Okay, now it's this one. Like, look at this. It's great. Okay, no, wait. 600. Oh no, okay. 61 million. Oh shit, oh no. Cause they're fake. Okay. So it's just stuck in it. Jeez. Yeah. That's over. When you still clean them. Yeah. What is that for? What is that? Oh, gel. That's some better gel, because what would that smell like? Skincare. This is nice. Yes, now it's got to actually happened. A few minutes ago.
The best feature about the Rooster card is that it's a natural next step for the boys. They have got used to...
Hi, everyone. My name's Anna, and I am 14. Recently, I've been betrayed. Oh, I don't mean that my boyfriend dumped me or anything. I mean, that'd probably be hard too, but this story is going to be about how my brothers just kicked me out of the house without even a twinge of guilt on their conscience. I guess I should start by telling my story from the fact that my mother was my dad's second wife, and he had 2 sons from his first marriage. So basically, I had 2 big stepbrothers, Derek and John. I always had an amazingly friendly relationship with them. They used to visit our dad at our house and would stay here for weeks. And my mom was very kind to them and always treated them like her closest relatives. Dad took us all on a vacation at least once a year. And everything...
Of course, like they're your closest relatives. Because they're your bloody stepbrother.
Everything was just great. Things didn't change much, even when my parents got divorced more than a year ago. I mean, for me, it was a little bit strange not having my dad living with us any longer.
Of course it would
but
be.
We still saw each other pretty often, and even more. Dad would still gather all of us together during the summer holidays. During the rest of the year, my mom and I would talk to Derek and John over Skype. We would always share the latest news and stuff going on in our lives. So, as you might have guessed, I've always had a big and friendly family. Even though we had kind of an unusual way we were related to each other. But then the most awful day in my life happened. Our family doctor called in the morning and said that my dad was gone. It turns out that he had a brain aneurysm that he wasn't even aware of. And it suddenly ruptured and, well, Mom and I were his closest relatives and we had to arrange the funeral and the dinner and, well, it's really hard to remember everything right now. I loved my dad, and it was just so unfair that I'd lost him. Of course, we immediately called Derek and John, who lived in Chicago, and they arrived on the first flight and helped us with everything. Even though Mom had me to help her, there was plenty of stuff to be done by 2 strong men, right? For example, we still had Dad's stuff in our garage, and my brothers could help us do something with it. So she invited them to spend a couple of days at our house. If only we knew what horrible people the 2 of them would show themselves to eventually be. You see, even though these guys didn't bother us much, it was strange that neither of them was in a hurry to get back to their life in Chicago. And one evening, during dinner, Derek asked the most unpredictable question I could ever think of. He wondered if they had the right to any of Dad's property. Can you believe it? It was only the 5th or 6th day since Dad was gone, and they were already thinking about inheritance. Even though Mom seemed to be far from happy with this conversation, she promised them that she would figure out the answer to that question. She said they would have to discuss it anyway. She just wasn't quite ready to do it so soon. But the next day, Mom contacted Dad's lawyer. It turned out that since Dad had no living parents and wasn't legally bound to any of his wives anymore, all his property was to be divided between his children, which meant the 3 of us. Derek, John, and I. There was nothing surprising about this, and everything was pretty fair, you might say. And you'd be right. Except for the fact that the house we were living in also belonged to